morning again. Today I thought I would do a little retrospective on my experience discovering Tom Macdonald. He came out with a song in May of 2019 called Straight White Male. I had never heard of Tom Macdonald until the fall of that year, when I just happened to click on that video and watched it. And to be honest, I didn't know what I was watching. I was put off by the face tattoos, you know, the whole general appearance. I didn't get the heavy sarcasm that he employs in this video. And I just went on and didn't watch any further Tom Macdonald videos until Fake Woke came out in January of 2020, and that's when I realized this guy really has a lot to say. And then from that point I went down the rabbit hole, and I went back and, you know, bought all his albums, watched all his videos, became a huge Tom maniac. That really, more than anything else, led me into the world of music reactions. Although I had been watching Modern Renaissance Man for a number of years, it was practically the only guy I watched. I didn't even know that there was a whole world of music reactors out there beyond that. After Tom came out, I started watching reaction videos, and it got to the point where every time Tom released a new video on Fridays, I would spend the entire weekend watching, you know, 50 to 100 reaction videos. And, you know, I learned so much from watching my fellow reactors. I think some of them are just so entertaining, and I've talked about this before. I still do it. I mean, if Tom would come out with another song, I would do a reaction, but I would also look at, you know, 20, 30, as much as I have time for. I would look at every reaction, all my favorites, and I still do that. But I just think it's funny that I didn't know what I was looking at with this first video. So I'm going to go back and react to it now that I understand Tom as a person. I understand Tom's message. I'll try to explain what I think he was doing in this video, which is probably you know, the highest level of trolling that brought him really into prominence, because people love to hate him, and he loves to play into that stereotype.
Straight white male, hate myself, mad that my skin's so pale, got white privilege so I cannot fail. The world told me I'm evil still. I break the law but I escaped the jail. My diet only mayonnaise and kale. I went to school and I pay my taxes. I used good grammar, I'm bad as hell.
Alright, so he's in court. He's got the prison orange jumpsuit on. He looks like a criminal. He's got the face tattoos and the whole thing. But his message is, hey, I'm white. I'm going to get off. I'm a straight white male. You can't touch me. Plays into that stereotype that a lot of people believe. A lot of people believe that white people have, you know, unequal justice, and if you're not white, you know, you're going to be subject to a different standard of justice. I just noticed it here. He's got a chalk and he's marking off probably the days that he's been in jail. It looks like he's been in for quite a while. I can't quite read what's written on the back of the jumpsuit, but tremendous comedy here, you know. You know, I didn't know what to make of it the first time through, but after watching it a number of times, this is Tom at his best trolling, and very, very funny stuff.
Mayonnaise and kale. I went to school and I pay my taxes. I used good grammar, I'm bad as hell. I'm not a Nazi. I like black people, black Jesus, black Santa, black coffee. I'm not a racist. I like Hispanics and Negroes and Natives and Asians, black.
You can't say Negroes anymore. You know, he knows that, and he says that to piss you off. When I grew up, in the 50s and the 60s, Negro was a common word. It didn't have a racial connotation. But when Black Power came along, no, we're not Negroes anymore. We're black. And so that was one of the earliest examples of political correctness, that you have to use a different word for us now. We're not Negroes anymore. And Tom knows that, and he's making fun of that because part of his strategy is, to have people hate him. Certain people hate him, and other people who can read the sarcasm in his message and read and see the real message that he's coming with, which is a very broad message of, hey people, let's get together, let's get beyond these stupid, things that are dividing us. Some people can see that message. A lot of people can only hate.
Jesus, Black Santa, black coffee. I'm not a racist. I like Hispanics and Negroes and Natives and Asians. Black power says I'm the problem. Girl power says I'm the issue. Gay rights think I'm trying to stop them. I'll let y'all trip and I'll get you some tissues. Y'all have been painting me villainous. I'm not the one setting fire to your villages. I'm not the man that is raping and pillaging. I do not care if my neighbors are immigrants. Maybe all whites look the same and you think that I'm somebody else. So it's cool. Honestly, I think that everyone looks alike if they aren't white, and I'm sorry, it's true.
Notice the dark shadow over his face in this scene. He almost looks black. And at the same time, he's going with the oldest of stereotypes. Oh, all black people look alike. To be honest, when I was a kid, that was my perception as well. I couldn't, as a kid, as a child, you're not exposed to many black people. So when you see one, in my life, you kind of all looked alike. I'm just being honest. The thoughts of a child, I'm talking like a 10-year-old child. So, but it's the oldest stereotype going, and he's having fun with it. There's so much packed into this video, The judge is fist bumping him, the cop is dancing along with him, the people in the courtroom who are not straight white males are going crazy because they hate him, and then there's a group of, maybe they're the jury, a bunch of other white males who are just like grooving to everything he says. There's so much going on here. Maybe that's why I couldn't absorb it the first time through.
Think that I'm somebody else, so it's cool. Honestly, I think that everyone looks alike if they aren't white, and I'm sorry, it's true.
Straight white male,
I have it all, I'm the one that you love to hate.
straight white male,
Police pull me over, I LOL in their face.
straight white male,
Guess I'm to blame for the life that you can't escape.
I'm to blame for the life that you can't escape. In other words, go ahead, blame me for everything. Blame me for racism. He's about to go through the whole list. But Tom looks pretty sharp there in his suit and tie, doesn't he? I guess he's playing the lawyer there. He's playing the prisoner. And yeah, those guys behind him are definitely the jury box, and they're just, hey, we don't care what the evidence is. We're going to acquit our white brother. And some people think that's the way it actually works, so he's making fun of that. And his poor black guy is just, he's just overcome. Maybe he's the victim of this crime, who knows? He's very upset.
straight white male,
It's so easy to be me, I'm feeling great. Straight white male, I'm so frail. Mama gotta pay my bail. Shotguns and meth are both on sale. I'ma need to treat myself. I only listen to country music. I only marry my second cousins. I only cry when my team is losing. I blame everything on the blacks and the Muslims.
Okay, so anyone that thinks that Tom is racist, he just made fun of all the stereotypes of a certain class of white people, that only cry when their team is losing, and blames everything on the blacks and the Muslims. So even though the overall message could be, somehow misinterpreted, that, straight white males have it made, in the same breath he's making fun a certain type of white person.
Marry my second cousins. I only cry when my team is losing. I blame everything on the blacks and the Muslims. Y'all blame me for building the system. Y'all blame me for wages we're paying the women. Y'all blame me for rights that gay people aren't giving. You blame me for talking when I should just listen. You blame me the same me the praise that we winning, and hate me for slavery. And lately I'm tripping that daily you shame me for having opinions on race.
I like to point out the posture here. It's a courtroom, but instead of him sitting with decorum in the chair, he's sitting up on the bench, and he's got his legs spread really wide. That's something that straight white males get accused of. They're man spreading. That they go on the subway and they take up too much space by spreading their legs out wide. And it's a very masculine, dominating pose, and a lot of women particularly don't like that look. But he's like flaunting it.
Say me the praise that we winning, and hate me for slavery. And lately I'm tripping that daily you shame me for having opinions on race in our country and everything in it. Fine, y'all don't gotta be my friends. Y'all don't gotta like white men. Y'all don't gotta hold my hand. Y'all don't gotta have my back. Y'all don't gotta, Yada gotta,
yada gotta, huh. That's genius. That's what makes Tom different, I think, from any rapper that I know, is just the flow there. You don't got this, you don't got that, you don't got that, yada 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 yada. It's genius. And I don't know what the hand signs mean. It's probably some gang symbol. Check out the judge. The judge and the cop. They're all part of the crew now. They're all digging it. It's so funny.
Like white man, y'all don't gotta hold my hand. Y'all don't gotta have my back. Y'all don't gotta, y'all don't gotta see my side. Y'all don't gotta be down to ride. Y'all don't gotta do anything but ghost. And I'ma do me, even when it's the most. Yeah.
Straight white male.
I have it all, I'm the one that you love to hate.
Straight white male.
Police pull me over, I LOL in their face.
Straight white male.
Guess I'm to blame for the life that you can't escape.
Straight white male.
It's so easy to be me, I'm feeling great. Man, you're so mean, you're so racist, you're ugly, you're so basic.
Tom does this type of thing. He dresses up as a woman and then tells the other Tom off. This is why I say Tom has the acting chops. If he wanted, he could be a major motion picture star, no doubt. He should make some movies, because he can do different characters. He can do a woman. He can do a straight white male. This whole next scene is just so funny.
You said that something, N-word, retard, Satan. I can't believe the bullshit song lyrics that you're okay with. Kill yourself while live on Facebook. I want the notification. I don't care, y'all ain't right. I'll be praying that you die. I'll be doing my own thing. I hope you're happy with your life. You're a Nazi, you're a moron, you're a huge waste of my time. I'm just straight and white and male. I'm not the worst, I'm just a guy.
Straight white male.
I'm just straight and white and male. I'm not the worst. I'm just a guy. I can relate. This whole thing about straight white males being the devil, it's been coming on for a number of years. And now, straight white males are almost demonized in a lot of circles. I haven't changed. I'm the same person, that I've been all my life. But then, in the last 10 years or so, all of a sudden, I'm evil and I'm responsible for everything that's bad in the world, all the racism, all the sexism, everything, just because you're straight and white and male. It's not right, and Tom is, in his way, is making that point.
Not the worst, I'm just a guy.
Straight white male.
I have it all, I'm the one that you love to hate.
Straight white male.
Police pull me over, I LOL in their face.
Straight
Hangover Gang. So when I first saw that video, I didn't know what to think at all. I couldn't process it. It was too different. The appearance, I think, more than anything, threw me off. I was like, who is this guy? He looks so weird. So I just went on with my life. Didn't watch any more Toms for a number of months. But in retrospect, I don't know why I didn't get it quicker. It maybe explains why a lot of people who should be listening to Tom Macdonald's music are not. And I think it is about the appearance to a great degree. That because I've tried, to spread the word on Tom. And not only do I do reaction videos, but I also sometimes post his songs on social media. Facebook is the main one, and get very little reaction. I don't think people click through to actually watch the song. If they do watch the song, they may have the same reaction that I had, like, who is this guy? Which is too bad, because his message is so powerful and so important in today's world. I wish people could somehow get through the appearance. And some people just reject hip-hop, rap music in general. Oh, I don't like hip-hop, I don't watch hip-hop. I get a really strange reaction when I tell people that I have a music reaction channel and that I mainly do hip-hop. And they look at me like, you are doing hip-hop? A white guy is doing hip-hop? Well, yeah. There's a lot of hip-hop that I enjoy that has a great message. And it has very little to do with race. Black music is a huge part of our culture. It has been for over 100 years. I grew up grooving to Motown, and then later in life started listening to blues, and then traced the blues back all the way, into the 20s and 30s, 1920s and 30s, for those of you who are 21st century people. If you're interested in that, we have a video that we did, which we can't show on YouTube, but it's on our Rumble channel. It's called, Was There Any Good Music After 1968? It's one of the first videos we did. It really is a history of popular music from 1920s to the present day. 100 years of popular music. If you get a chance, click over to Rumble and watch it. It'll give you a little more background as to how I came to be, I guess, more open to all types of music. It's really the message, not the form of music, that counts.
Holding in the last, but I heard them say